The air conditioner in the estate office had stopped working, and that meant war. Anika Odegwu stormed into the dusty resort management building, her heels thudding like warning bells against the tiled floor. Sweat clung to her flawless brown skin, her silk dress sticking to her curves in all the wrong places. She looked like a queen melting in her own castle. "Who runs this dump?" she snapped at the receptionist, who nearly spilled her cup of Lipton. "Sorry, ma. The technician is around. He's fixing." "Then tell the technician to come and fix me." The door creaked open before the sentence even landed. A tall man walked in with a spanner in hand and a smirk that didn't belong in the presence of royalty. He didn't bow. He didn't apologize. He just looked at her like she was regular. "Madam," he said. "You shouted." Anika turned, ready to slap whoever dared speak to her that way. But then she saw him. Calm eyes, toned arms, skin rich like roasted coffee, and a plain white t-shirt soaked in sweat. Not fine in a magazine kind of way. Fine in a leave your man at home kind of way. "I don't repeat myself," she hissed, adjusting the gold chain on her neck. "Fix the damn air conditioner. I'm not a roasted plantain." He chuckled, walked past her, and crouched beside the dusty unit. "You'll have to roast a bit longer. Compressors fried." Her eyes widened. "Did you just joke with me?" He looked up, expression blank. "No, ma. That would be unprofessional." That ma burned hotter than the heat in the room. He didn't flirt. He didn't look impressed by her body, her hips, her waist, her curves that made men lose focus. No sly glances. No accidental brush of hands. He finished his work in silence, stood up and said, "Should be fine now." "You're welcome." Anika crossed her arms. "What's your name?" "Jide." "And that's it. Just Jide." He smiled only slightly. "If the air's cool again, then that's all you need from me." He left before she could summon another insult. And that was the beginning. Power shifting. A pride melting. Of a woman so used to being worshipped. Finally being ignored. And craving that feeling all over again. The next morning, Anika sat by the pool, pretending to read. She hadn't turned a page in 20 minutes. Her eyes kept drifting toward the maintenance building, waiting for him to pass again. Jide. The man who didn't flinch. The man who didn't ogle. The man who, somehow, had turned down her presence like it was a mosquito buzz. She didn't chase men. Men chased her. And they paid the price for not catching up. But something about that mechanic energy, that quiet power beneath the sweat, it irritated her, which was just another word for intrigued. "Ma!" a soft voice interrupted. It was Tamawa, the laundry girl. "Do you need your towels changed?" "No," Anika said coldly. "Unless they come with men who know how to look properly." Tamawa blushed, eyes lingering on Anika longer than necessary. "You look very beautiful today, ma." Anika looked up, her face unreadable. Then the faintest smile. "Don't flirt with me, laundry girl. I'm in a bad mood." Tamawa bowed slightly and walked away, but not before stealing one last glance. Then footsteps. Heavy. Confident. Anika didn't have to look. She could feel him behind her. "Your AC's holding up," Jide's voice said without emotion. "Want me to check it again?" She tilted her sunglasses down and looked up at him, poolside breeze toying with her curls. "You're not scared of me, are you?" He shrugged. "I fix machines, not egos." She laughed. Actually laughed. "Is that what you think I have?" "I don't think about you," he said simply. "Why would I? You're not broken." That silenced her. For a second. But Anika didn't like silence. She rose slowly, water glittering behind her, her silk robe catching the light. She stepped close, too close, and whispered, "Maybe I am broken." Jide's eyes didn't move. "Then maybe you need more than a technician." And just like that he walked away again. No stutter. No double take. No visible desire. But what she didn't see was the way he paused outside the hallway. How he breathed in deeply. how his knuckles clenched just once. Because even stone cracks under fire. The resort was unusually quiet at night, except for the distant buzz of crickets and the hum of generators. Anika tossed on her mattress in her suite, the silence suffocating. She was used to noise, parties, laughter, the sound of people trying to impress her. Now all she heard was her own heartbeat. And a memory. Maybe. You need more than a technician. Jide's words had haunted her all day. She stood up, tied a silk robe around her lingerie, and walked barefoot into the hallway. Her body, heavy with desire and unspoken need, moved as if pulled by an invisible string. She had no plan, no reason, just curiosity and heat. The only light in the hallway flickered near the linen room, a small space staff used to store towels and uniforms. As she walked past, a voice startled her. "Tamawa," she whispered. "Why are you in there?" The door opened slightly. Tamawa stood frozen, arms full of folded sheets, wearing a loose staff t-shirt and shorts. Her hair was braided back, face glowing in the dim light. I couldn't sleep," she muttered. "I was just arranging things." Anika stared at her for a long, strange moment. There was something soft about her, something that looked fragile but felt steady. "You don't have to lie," Anika said, stepping inside the room. Tamawa lowered the sheets slowly, eyes darting to Anika's chest, then back up, flustered. Anika caught the glance. And for a second she didn't feel offended. She felt seen. "You've been watching me," Anika said quietly. Tamawa nodded. "Loli, you're hard not to watch." The silence pulsed. The room was too small. The air too warm. Then, Tamawa reached forward, her fingers brushing the belt of Anika's robe. "Can I fix something?" she asked. Anika's breath hitched. "Fix what?" Tamawa leaned closer. "You always look like you're about to fall apart." Anika didn't move, didn't speak. But when Tamawa kissed her, gently, trembling, she didn't pull away. Just for a second, the proud lioness let someone touch the broken parts. Then came the sound of footsteps. They pulled apart instantly. Jide appeared at the doorway, toolbox in hand. He froze when he saw them. Tamawa turned red and stepped back. Anika, ever composed, simply retied her robe with a slow smirk. "Fixing sheets, Jide," she purred. "Or watching how your staff really works." But Jide didn't respond. His eyes locked with hers, and in them was something new. Jealousy, confusion, hunger, and something else. Possession. Jide didn't say a word. He simply turned, walked off into the night, and left the linen room door creaking open behind him. Anika watched him go, a flicker of amusement on her lips. But inside something stirred. A dangerous feeling. Like being tasted but never swallowed. Touched but never taken. Back in her suite, Anika sat in the tub, legs parted in warm scented water, her mind playing scenes on loop. Tamawa's lips. Jide's eyes. Her own hunger. She had grown up using control as a shield. Her body. Tool. Her money. A weapon. But now, none of it worked. Not on Tamawa's softness. Not on Jide's silence. The next morning, she put on a flowing white wrapper and left her room without warning. No makeup. No jewelry. Just curves and purpose. She found Jide behind the generator house, wiping oil from his hands. "You were watching me last night," she said without preamble. He didn't deny it. "And?" she pushed. He stared at her for a long, slow moment. "I didn't like it." "Didn't like what?" she asked, stepping closer. "Me being kissed. Or me not being kissed by you." Jide dropped the rag. His jaw clenched. "You want something you can't handle." "No," she whispered. "I want something I haven't felt yet." The air between them crackled. Suddenly he grabbed her wrist. Not roughly, not gently. Just real. His eyes held hers like iron. "You think you're dangerous because you're rich. Because you're curvy and men lose sleep over you. You're not dangerous, Anika. You're just loud." Her breath caught. "But me," he continued. I don't have to raise my voice to set a woman on fire. She stared at him, chest rising, robe shifting. Then burn me, she dared. His hand let go. I would, he said, stepping back. But you'd beg me to stop, and I wouldn't. Then he walked away again. And this time she didn't smirk. She trembled. Not with fear. With longing. The resort buzzed with preparation for the mid-month retreat. New guests were arriving, the pool was cleaned, and the staff was unusually alert. But inside Anika's mind, chaos reigned. She couldn't eat. Couldn't sleep. Could barely breathe without remembering Jide's hand around her wrist. His words echoing in her skull like forbidden scripture. I don't have to raise my voice to set a woman on fire. It wasn't a threat. It was a prophecy. But while she boiled in silence, Jide acted like nothing happened. He fixed light bulbs, tightened taps, greeted guests with respect. To everyone else he was just the technician. To her, he was the flame she'd walked into, willingly. That night, at the staff lounge, music played softly while workers rested. Anika wasn't supposed to be there, but she came anyway, in a short black wrapper dress that shimmered like sin. She walked in, lips painted wine red, eyes hunting. And then she saw it. Tomowa laughing, sitting close to Jide. Too close. Tomowa's hand brushed his. Innocent. But Anika saw red. She walked straight to their table, heels sharp, hips proud. Hope I'm not interrupting anything, she said, voice smooth but deadly. Tomowa flinched. Jide looked up, calm. You're not staff, Miss Odegwu, he said. This lounge isn't for you. Anika smiled. Then maybe you should escort me out. Jide stood. The whole lounge paused. Then, without a word, he took her hand and led her out, across the resort, through the back hallway, and into the linen room again. He shut the door, locked it, then turned to face her. I'm tired of pretending, he muttered. So stop, she whispered. Then they collided. Bodies. Fire. His hands gripped her waist like he'd starved for it. Her nails dragged down his back, mouth hungry for his groans. She wrapped her legs around him, the heat unbearable, the silence broken only by stifled moans and the rustle of fabric being tugged, torn, tossed. There was no romance, only need. When it was over, he didn't say a word. He just kissed her neck once, then left her there, breathless, shaking and half-dressed. She should have felt used. But all she felt was one dangerous thing. Addicted. Anika avoided breakfast and lunch. Her body still ached from the night before, but it was her chest that pulsed with something unfamiliar, something heavier than lust. She had given herself to Jide in every sense, not as the heiress, not as the feared boss, but as a woman who wanted nothing but to be held. But the next morning, he disappeared. He didn't report to the generator house. He wasn't at the repair shed. Even Tomowa hadn't seen him. That burned. No, it scalded. She wasn't used to being abandoned. Especially not after she had moaned someone's name loud enough to wake the spirits. By evening she snapped. Wearing denim shorts and a crop top that clung to her softness like second skin, Anika marched to the staff dormitory. Heads turned. Whispers followed her like perfume. She banged on the door until someone opened. It was Tomowa. Her eyes widened when she saw who it was, and what she wore. You're looking for Jide? Tomowa asked carefully. Anika didn't answer. Her eyes scanned the room. Bed. Folded sheets. Toolbox gone. He took the early bus into town, Tomowa said softly. Didn't say why. Anika's pride wanted her to storm out. Her heart made her sit on the bed instead. I slept with him, she confessed, staring at the window. Tomowa blinked. I know. Do you love him? I thought I did, Tomowa whispered. Until I saw the way he looked at you. Even when he tried not to. Anika turned, surprised. Tomowa stepped closer. You don't have to be ashamed of your want, Anika, she said. You just have to stop expecting everyone to want you for your power. Anika laughed bitterly. Then what's left of me? Tomowa knelt in front of her, taking her hand. The woman underneath. Anika didn't pull away. And just as Tomowa leaned in again, as lips brushed lips, the door creaked. Jide stood there, silent, watching. Tomowa stood quickly and walked out, leaving only the heat of her perfume behind. Anika stared at him, arms folded. You left. I needed to think, he said flatly. So, thought about how good it was. No, he said. I thought about how real it felt. And how I don't think I can survive that kind of real, with someone like you. She flinched. He stepped closer. You can play games with other people, Anika. But you're the only one who can actually break me. She looked up at him. Vulnerable. Suppose. And what if I'm already broken, she whispered. Then let's stop pretending, he replied. Because I think I'm falling for the part of you I was supposed to hate. The confession changed everything. They didn't kiss. They didn't fall into each other's arms. They just stood there, breathing the same air, afraid of what would happen if one of them said something wrong. For the first time, Anika didn't have a comeback. And Jide looked like a man afraid to touch something too fragile. That night, Tomowa didn't return to the dorm. No one noticed except Anika. She asked the front desk, the cleaning staff, the gatekeeper. Nothing. By morning, her anxiety tightened around her throat like a scarf soaked in regret. Finally, she found Tomowa near the edge of the property, sitting on a rock beside the river that bordered the estate. Hair unbraided, eyes swollen. You didn't have to come, Tomowa said without looking. I didn't come for an apology, Anika replied. I came to say thank you for seeing the parts of me no one ever did. Tomowa's lips trembled. It was never about Jide. Not really. It was you. The way you walked into rooms like you were untouchable, but cried like you wanted someone to catch you. Silence. Then Anika sat beside her, not touching but close enough. You kissed me first, Anika said almost playfully. And you kissed me back, Tomowa whispered. They both smiled, small and broken. Suddenly a voice cut the air. I figured I'd find you here. Jide. He looked at the two women, his eyes unreadable. Tomowa stood. I'll go. No, Anika said firmly. Stay. Jide stepped forward. I didn't come to fight. I came to say I'm done hiding. I want you. Anika's heart stopped. Then he added. But I also want honesty. I want to know what this is. All of it. You and me. You and her. You and you. Tomowa blinked. You want us to choose. No, Jide said. I want to know if you're strong enough to let love be messy. Because I'm tired of hiding behind hurt. And I think we all are. Anika stared at him. Then at Tomowa. 3 people. 3 broken hearts. 1 dangerous truth. They all wanted each other. In different, chaotic, irresistible ways. And for the first time in her life, Anika whispered the hardest thing she'd ever said. I don't know what I want. But I know I don't want to lose either of you. The days that followed were unspoken chaos. Anika stayed quiet. Jide went back to fixing pipes like nothing had shifted. Tomowa folded sheets with a smile no one trusted. But underneath the silence, something was breaking and rebuilding at the same time. One evening, under the open gazebo near the edge of the resort, Anika stood alone in a mustard-yellow sundress, her hair free, her feet bare against the cold tiles. She didn't look like the heiress. She looked like the woman who used to be one. When Jide arrived, he paused at the entrance. He'd never seen her this soft. Not in body but in spirit. Vulnerable. Real. You're late, she said without turning. You're glowing, he replied. She turned then, smiled and whispered. I think I'm in love with 2 people. What do you do when that happens? You stop lying, he said, stepping closer. And start feeling. She swallowed hard. I spent my whole life using power to protect my body. My size. My softness. My shame. Now I'm scared of being loved without it. He touched her face gently. I don't love you despite it, Anika. I love you because of it. Every curve. Every scar. every fire. She bit her lip. And Tamawa? I don't know, he admitted. She touched something innocent in me. You wrecked something deeper. Then maybe, a voice interrupted, we stop choosing and start accepting. Tamawa stepped into the gazebo, wearing a soft white blouse, barefoot like Anika. I'm not asking for permission, she said. I'm asking to stay, in your story. However it's written. Jide and Anika turned toward her. The triangle wasn't perfect. It wasn't even possible in the real world. But something about it worked. 3 broken people. 3 open wounds. 1 messy, beautiful, unfinished love. Anika held out her hand. First to Jide. Then to Tamawa. And for the first time no pride. No fear. No pretending. Only touch. Only truth. Only love, in all its chaotic, twisted, imperfect glory.